I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I did a video on the challenges of the firstborn. And one of the scriptures I quoted was Exodus chapter 13, verse 13, the B portion, that every firstborn must be redeemed. Now, parents from different countries, have been sending me questions how to redeem their firstborns that are not doing well. Others have sent me questions. They want to dedicate their first sons, and what should they do? I was reading in one of my books yesterday where I took that message from. I wrote that years back. I titled one of the chapters, Banners of Deception. I see a lot of banners on display by church leaders. They want to redeem firstborn. And by the time you go there, what they will tell you to do is that the firstborn is supposed to be redeemed by an animal, turtle doves, cow, and sheep. And so they will tell you, according to your status, redeem your first child. Excuse me. Redeem your first child. So how much is the price of a cow? How much is the price of a goat? How much is the price of chicken and all that? And they will use it to collect money. That is criminality. What do you do? Number one, if you want to dedicate your first child, the first fruit of your womb, take that child to church. Let them dedicate that child. Normally, whatever you have, give to the church. But if it is a church where people pray, where they dedicate 10 children hurriedly because they run several services, take your child home. If you have a father that is a Christian, let him pronounce his blessings upon that child. It's called Beraka. You will see in the Bible lots of parents prophesied upon their children. If your parents are not alive, you, the father, prophesy upon your child. Start to decree upon your child the things you want that child to become. Start to decree. Decree. When you decree those things, even when turbulence and shakings come, it does not affect that child it does not prevent that child from actualizing his future. My eldest son had this turbulence in the beginning because we did not dedicate him. When we gave birth to him, we were not Christians. I married as an unbeliever. I was 27 when he was born, and we didn't know these things. I wasn't a Christian. It was later, after he had been born, that I got born again. So I intentionally started to pray for him, mentor him, monitor him. His mother took challenge of intentionally stabilizing him and helping him manage his flaws of throwing things away, not concentrating, not taking things too seriously. But at one point, we also found out that we pushed him too fast. We sent him to secondary school at the age of 9. That was too fast, not because he passed alone. Passing with your brain is different from psychological maturity. Psychological maturity comes with time and experience and the knowledge of values and a vision. So we pushed him too fast. I had to bring him back from year 4 in medical school to year 2. And then when he went to Europe, his eyes popped open, knowing that he had lost time. So sometimes we push them too fast. Sometimes we need to bring them a little bit backward. But most times we need to stand by them. We need to stay with them. We need to correct them. We need to remove every distractions from them. Let me say this before I forget. You don't need to redeem the firstborn by any animal sacrifice or by any seed. Jesus Christ is the final sacrifice. He has redeemed us from the curse of the law. He has translated us from the kingdom of darkness to the kingdom of light. So that child needs to be led to Christ. That child needs to be born again. That child needs to be taught, even if he's an adult, that he owes God a responsibility of service, of dedication, of consecration. He needs to avoid sin. He needs to avoid social vices that will come from peer pressure. And when you do that, you help him stabilize. There was a time I had to be taking my son to go, my eldest son, to preach with me. I take him into the theater. I write professor on him. There was a particular day I remember I went to preach in Christian Pentecostal Mission Council Road, in Ungwa Road, and the power of God came down mightily. I mean mightily. And as I was preaching, my interpreter got slain in the spirit. Somebody else picked the microphone. It got slain in the spirit. There was so much manifestation of the grace of God. As I was coming down, people surrounded me. I said, somebody help me. All of them fell down. And when I got to the hotel, I asked my son, do you want some of what you saw in your daddy? He said, yes. I took the white shirt I was wearing. I said, receive this anointing and threw it over him. And he fell down and slept off for a long time before he woke up. I had to deliberately transfer grace into him. Today, he's not only is he a medical doctor, he is an orthopedic surgeon, a very fine, responsible gentleman that has taken the baton of leadership and is doing exploits in his own way. So that's one of the ways to go about it. Call the child, discuss with the child, stand by the child, mentor the child, remove distractions, and you will see that something good will come out of that child. Some of them are slow learners. They get wise slowly, but don't compare them with any other child. Don't compare them with any other person. Don't make them be competitive. Just teach them to be themselves. Then the next thing is, if you have an environment where he can have a friend that he admires, that can help him pace up, link in with that friend, and you will see that he's doing well. Remember to pray for them always. At night, in those days, I will go and lay hands over my children. Lay hands over my children. Help befriend him so that he can he can discuss with you, and then you cancel him. God bless you. I am your friend, Dr. Charles Pokey, the area grandfather. Send a message to me on +234 7052 136763. God bless you.